Shalom, family. I hope everybody's doing well. you know, this good old lame ass America as usual, and one thing I can be grateful about coronavirus, there's no doubt about how bad politics are in America. Politics are horrible in this country. And as you can see, even during a deadly pandemic, they will not do the right thing. Okay. They won't do the right thing under any circumstances. So the oppressors are once again proving exactly who and what they are. So I'm going to allow a few more minutes for more people to come in. I had somebody try to wish me a Merry Christmas. I do not celebrate the holidays. These are Gentile holidays. I don't acknowledge or celebrate any of their holidays. So there's no need in you wishing me well for Christmas or anything else, but most of you already know that. So, they don't care how much you're struggling. They don't care that you're out of work and you can't pay your basic bills. You can't pay your rent. You can't pay your mortgage. They do not care. They don't care. I don't know. Are we really better off with these people or without them? I think we would be better off without them. I think we got the most ignorant people running the place, and they're even more ignorant when it comes down to dealing with this pandemic. Just looking from day one all the way up until now, America gets a big F, and how it handled this whole thing from the start. It never got better. And it's going to continue to get worse. I have a video coming out tomorrow. Y'all watch for the video. The new corona mutant, they said, will cause 2 million new cases per week. Now, look at how they're handling. We're only at 200,000 new cases per week. This thing is going to, they said it's so highly contagious. We are more than likely to have 2 million cases per week. And America can't even handle 200,000 a week, as you can see. These nurses and doctors are ready to walk with 200,000 a week. Now, 2 million, yeah, I think they'll be gone by then. They're not going to be able to handle it at all. So, and the thing is, the test, ladies and gentlemen, that they have out now don't even detect this COVID mutant at all. So it is undetected by the present testing that they are using, not only here, but around the globe. Even whether they swab or put that garbage up your nose, it does not detect it. So it will be a very silent spreader. The only way you'll know is when outrageous amounts of people all get sick at one time. So over in Europe, now it's amazing. In America, they're claiming the vaccine they got out will cover this new mutated coronavirus. But over in Europe, they said it is highly unlikely the vaccine will do anything to this new mutated strain of coronavirus. Now, isn't that amazing? You're hearing two different things about the same virus. They're using Pfizer and BioNTech, and so is America. But they're telling you two different things about the virus. But I do tend to believe Europe. This strain is so new, and the virus just came out. And remember, they never tested the virus on the new strain. So they don't know what it's going to do. So no matter how you look at it, it's a mess. And they're already saying they're seeing cases I think one in Australia, they saw cases in Australia, Denmark so far. And we know it's in the UK. So it can be here in the US and we don't even know since it's undetected using the same testing. So everybody is just going to have to be careful and just act like the virus is around you, even if you think it isn't. Act like it is anyway. Thank you, Shadesworthy. Now we're going to get to this disaster of what happened today in Congress. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see this story. Okay. All right, give me a 1 if you can see my screen, ladies and gentlemen. Please give me a 1. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Tuda Rabah. Okay. All right. I blew this up so you could really see it. All right. Here we go. Okay. So, as you know, the day before, Trump told Congress and the Senate that the $600 bill for stimulus was not enough. And he recommended $2,000. And, you know, in the great scheme of things, even 2,000 is not enough, especially if we got the first stimulus in April and this is now December. It really should be more than 2,000, but let's go with 2,000. So they did write up a bill to increase the amount of stimulus to $2,000, and the House Republicans rejected it. All right. So you know who don't want you to have anything at all. So this is CNBC, December 24th, 2020. GOP blocks House Democrats' attempt to pass $2,000 stimulus checks. The Democrats moved to increase the size of the checks after President Trump threatened to oppose the more than $2 trillion pandemic aid federal funding bill because it included $600 checks to most Americans rather than $2,000, which he thought it was too low. And it is. It is shameful passing a bill that low. Shameful. Okay, so we know now the House Republicans on Thursday blocked a Democratic attempt to pass $2,000 direct payments to Americans as the fate of the massive coronavirus relief package passed by Congress earlier this week hangs in the balance. Democrats moved to increase the size of the checks after President Donald Trump threatened to oppose the $2 trillion pandemic aid and federal funding bill because it only included $600 in direct payments rather than $2,000. Congress passed a proposal Monday after Trump took no role in weeks of talk. No, because he's too busy crying over the election that he lost. So he didn't have time to worry about this. The plan included a $9 billion coronavirus relief bill. Trying to cap the plan's costs, most of Trump's Republican Party sought $600 in direct payment rather than the $1,200 passed in the CARES Act in March. In criticizing the year-end legislation, Trump also pointed to foreign aid spending, which Washington includes in funding bills every year. The House tried to pass the $2,000 payments during a pro forma session on Christmas Eve Day, a brief meeting of the chamber where typically only a few members attend. Democrats aim to approve the measure on unanimously consent. Okay, but they failed to do it, which means one lawmaker can block it. And as you can see, who was the one that blocked it. So it said Rep Steny Hoyer of Maryland offered the proposal to the House floor, but was blocked because the measure was not approved by House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. So Kevin McCarthy blocked it, and that's a Republican. Subsequently, Rob Whitman, Virginia, attempted to get lawmakers to reconsider aspects of the spending bill related to foreign aid. That move was blocked by Democrats. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said in a statement after the party's measure failed that she would hold a full recorded vote on the proposal for $2,000 payments on Monday. So that's this coming Monday. If the president is serious about the $2,000 direct payments, he must call on the House Republicans to end their obstruction, Pelosi said. Democrats have called on Trump to sign the coronavirus relief and government funding bill into law to support the separate cash payment plan. Senate Majority Mitch McConnell and McCarthy, the top two Republicans in Congress, and their aides have been silent on Trump's demand for bigger checks. But McCarthy, in a letter late Wednesday to Republicans, described a countermove his party planned to make on Thursday that would seek changes to foreign aid component of the spending bill. It is unclear who would be eligible for $2,000 payments in the Democrat plan. In the aid and government funding bill, individuals who earn up to $75,000 and couples filing jointly who make up to $150,000 would receive the full $600. In addition, the measure would pay $600 for each dependent child. Trump did not address the payments to children. If Trump vetoes the legislation, Congress will have enough support to override his action. However, depending on how quickly the more than 5,000-page bill gets to his desk after formal enrollment, he could let it die by refusing to sign it before the new session of Congress starts at noon Eastern Time on January 1st. Along with direct payments, the rescue package would add a $300 per week federal unemployment supplement, extend jobless benefit expansions, provisions, and a federal eviction moratorium, direct $284 billion to the Paycheck Protection Program loans, and put more than $8 billion into COVID-19 vaccine distribution. Among other provisions, if Trump does not sign the legislation in the coming days, about 12 million people would lose unemployment benefits on Saturday. And that's the 26th, the day after Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. So we're only a few days away from people all over this country losing their benefits for unemployment. And the government would shut down on Tuesday. Many economists and Democrats have called the $900 billion relief plan inadequate after months of stalemate on Capitol Hill. The Democrats have said they plan to push for another relief bill after President-elect Joe Biden takes office on January 20th. Biden has said he will present his own plan to lawmakers early next year and that he would push for a third round of direct payments. Democrats have cited more direct payments and state and local government aid as their top priority. The White House did not immediately return requests for comment on Thursday. So that's what came out at 11:15 a.m. today. I think this is a disgrace. I really do. I mean, come on, y'all. They couldn't do better than that. Thank you, Yami, for the super sticker. Thank you. And Look at how long everybody's been waiting. This just go to show you, to these lawmakers, ladies and gentlemen, the average American person's life don't matter. It don't matter, because if it did matter, they would have been on this a long time ago. They would never have let the other bill lapse, and we would not be in this situation. Now, remember, the $600 ended in July, and the stimulus money, I think the last bit of it went out in May. The first went out in April, and they made us wait all these months later just to hand you $600. What is that going to do for people that are behind on rent? What is that going to do for people that can't pay their bills? And now you're talking about, this bill is not signed, y'all. So that means when the 26 come, there is no unemployment for over 12 million people in this country. What are they going to do with no money at all? They have no job, and now they'll have no unemployment money. What are they supposed to do? Now, I have been saying for many years, these folks don't know how to run anything. Just because somebody wants to be in charge all the time, it don't make them the best leader. Now, you have no doubt, just looking at this whole thing, these folks can't run nothing. They seriously can't. Look at the shape America has been in all through 2020. If you really believe and you still got confidence in these politicians, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Seriously, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you at that point. My heart goes out to anybody in my chat that have unemployment that's about to run out in 2 days. And everybody don't have someone that can help them financially. Sometimes your own families are already struggling financially. And what are you supposed to do because as of December 31st, the eviction moratorium runs out. That's why they're saying for the next 2 months, it's going to be record-breaking evictions in America. Record-breaking. And you got a Congress and Senate that can't agree on nothing, and they sure don't know how to push any kind of legislation in a manner where you can kind of have a good flow of money coming in your life, and they're not concerned about it. This bill for $600, I know we're all complaining about the $600. They didn't even pass it. These people have left for their Christmas holiday. So any chance of that $600, more than likely, you aren't getting it until sometime next year. That's if Trump signs the bill. That's if he signs it. He didn't even sign it yet. So now more things are going to lapse. I just don't think this is a very good way of doing things at all. And there's no more believing you voted these people in and they care about you. You should know better by now. You should definitely know better. So everybody, I know it's difficult, but just hang in there. Hang in there. And if you need help, reach out to somebody and let them know. We may not be able to do everything for you, but there might be some things we can do to help each other. I wish I could do more for all of you. I really do. But I know I'm not in a position to do that. But, starting this coming Saturday, and then the week after that on the 31st, a lot of people in this country are going to be in danger. And the winter is no time to get put out, especially if you're here where I am in the Northeast. It is colder than an MFer in the Northeast. This is you absolutely would have a problem being in a car. Look, just this past week, we went down to 13 degrees at night. Can you imagine if you're evicted and you have nothing but your car in 13 degrees weather? You can't make it. You're going to be found dead out there. You cannot make it in those kind of temperatures. But America is not what she's cracked up to be. America's all fluff and no substance at the end of the day. All right, y'all, I'm not going to keep you any longer, but try to do your best to enjoy the rest of your night. And, I will keep on top of these stories, and as they update, I will definitely inform you in the best way I can. Stay safe, everybody. Shalom.